स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने ये वादा कर लिया हमने।
एक पवित्र सी हवा बहेगी,
उज्ज्वल उज्ज्वल हो भारत,
कोना कोना निर्मल होगा,
विश्व कहेगा जय भारत।
जाग उठेंगे भाग्य हमारे, स्वच्छ बनेगा ये भारत।
स्वच्छ भारत का इरादा इरादा कर लिया हमने देश से अपने वादा कर लिया हमने, ये वादा कर लिया
In the post-Renaissance period, Surat dazzled the world with its spectacular zari. There was nothing like this in the world. Precious metals and craftsmanship, all woven into some of the world's most luxurious textiles. Now, 400 years later, Surat is reclaiming a small amount of its shine. And it's not doing this by selling metal and cloth, but by convincing present-day residents to rethink money in exchange for cleanliness. For Surat, in fact, cleanliness is money, because the consequences of filth was a massive loss of revenue back in 1994-95 when the city was hit by plague. As one of India's fastest growing cities, Surat's housing sector is witnessing a boom. By 2020, the city is estimated to require an additional 2.3 lakh housing units. Each of these housing units shall also be an additional burden on Surat's waste management system. Waste management in the country has traditionally been the responsibility of civic bodies with limited citizen involvement. Local bodies have grappled with inadequate budgets and citizen apathy in cleaning urban agglomerations. A handful of municipalities across the country set out to change this scenario. Surat was one of them. Once given the unfortunate label of the dirtiest city in India, Surat realized it has to transform its waste management system after the plague of December 1994. It developed and launched a 7-point action plan that involved the government, NGOs, civil society, and the private sector. An important step in this direction was the anudan scheme launched in housing societies. Under the anudan scheme, the municipal corporation pays housing societies 60 paisa per square meter to keep their areas and adjoining municipality roads clean. This was a reverse charge of sorts, a new and unusual idea. A minimum of Rs 1500 is now paid per society at the rate of 60 paisa per square meter for domestic establishments and 65 paisa per square meter for industrial setups. The SMC considers 25% of the layout area of the society for the grant. The scheme has been adopted in nearly 600 societies.
ये सफाई के लिए तो हम लोग पहले से तैयार थे, लेकिन जब से अनुदान है उससे ज़्यादा सफाई करने लगे। और अब भी हम उन लोग, मेरे जो आदमी लोग हैं वो लोग भी उसको पूरा पैसे देते हैं और अच्छी तरह से सफाई रखते हैं। सोसाइटी में 45 प्लॉट्स हैं और इसके अंदर दिन में 2 टाइम सफाई होती है। वो जो कचरा है हर सुबह में ये काम जो हमारी कचरा वाली घर घर से लेके ये सफाई की गाड़ी में दे देती है।
25% total area in square meters of a society is considered. For residential, the payment is 60 paise per square meter, while for non-residential, it is 65 paise per square meter, subject to a minimum of rupees 1,200 per month and a maximum of 4,200 rupees.
अनुदान लेती हुई हर एक सोसाइटी के प्रमुख या सेक्रेटरी, उनके जो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग मेंबर्स हैं, उनको एक सर्टिफिकेट देना है हमको हर माह के 1 से 7 महीने की तारीख में कि हमारे यहाँ सोसाइटी में सफाई नियमित रूप से हो रही है। तभी जाके ये अनुदान देने की प्रोसेस जोन लेवल से कार्यान्वित होती है। अनुदान स्कीम के तहत ही हमारे जो एम्प्लॉय है, रेगुलर एम्प्लॉय है वार्ड के एसआई और एसएसआई, दैट इज सैनिटरी इंस्पेक्टर और सैनिटरी सब इंस्पेक्टर, वो सरप्राइज़ मुआयना करते हैं उन सोसाइटी का। और अगर वह सरप्राइज़ विजिट के दौरान ये पाया जाता है कि वह सोसाइटी नियत स्टैंडर्ड के मुताबिक सफाई नहीं हुई है या उनके सर्टिफिकेट में जो बताया गया है उसके मुताबिक सफाई नहीं हुई है, तो उनका एक दिन का, जिस दिन का राउंड है उस दिन की अनुदान के रूप में काट लिए जाते हैं।
The SMC has covered 771 societies under the Anudan scheme. It pays 1,67,56,650 rupees to them in all annually. This is a great saving. If you think that the cost to the SMC for this very task would have been 8,32,42,557 rupees. Its annual savings are therefore 6,64,85,907 rupees. Not a small amount. To manage the waste in the society, this housing complex has set up a chute system. Every floor has its own window into the shaft that runs through the length of the building. Each day, segregated waste from the households is dumped down the shaft. These lead directly to a bin from which the waste collection vehicle collects them. This eliminates the need to transport waste all across the building, leading to spillage and bad odor. Besides managing waste collection, wet waste is composted within the premises. Every day, food and other organic waste is carried to the processing unit to be composted. The day's waste is layered with soil and an organic spray to enable composting. The old waste is turned over and fresh waste is layered to create fresh compost. This compost is a valuable soil nutrient useful to both small gardeners and farmers who are looking to improve the quality of their land through the use of organic manure. The municipal corporation has undertaken to purchase unused compost from societies that process their organic waste. This is taken to the corporation's transfer station, where it is packaged and sold to farmers. The sale also generates additional income for the municipal corporation. This too is an innovative financial mechanism which results in a win-win for all stakeholders in the city.
इससे सिटीज़न इन्वॉल्वमेंट बढ़ता ही है, क्योंकि सोसाइटी के लोग जो हैं वो अपने सफाई की जिम्मेदारी खुद लेते हैं, उसको भी मालूम पड़ता है कि हम लोग भी काम करते हैं। और दूसरा, जो एसएमसी की जो बात करेंगे, तो हमको पूरे सिटी को अगर साफ़ रखने का है तो ऐसे सोसाइटियाँ जो सामने से आए और हमारे को काम में मदद करे तो एसएमसी को भी फ़ायदा है। हमारा को जो एसएमसी को जो परमानेंट सफाई कर्मचारी रखने पड़ेंगे उसमें भी हमको कम रखना पड़ेगा और उसका पेमेंट भी कम होगा।
With the aid of citizen bodies and through finances generated under the polluter pays principle, Surat was able to launch a war against waste on several fronts. The Municipal Council enforced primary and secondary collection, transportation and development of transfer stations and sanitary landfill sites for the handling of waste. Its 6 transfer stations handle 1,400 tons of waste that Surat generates each day. To manage the process, the administrative structure was completely revamped. To improve solid waste, the city has 7 zones divided into 100 wards. Each ward has 1 sanitary inspector, 2 sanitary sub-inspectors and 3 mukaddams or supervisors. Micro-level planning ensures equitable distribution of manpower, machinery and finance. Sweepers were posted round the clock at posts that required regular cleaning. All major roads are cleaned twice. The corporation hires both contractors and its own staff to ensure round-the-clock cleanliness. Besides user fees, which is the O&M fees imposed by the SMC on residents, essentially covering annual water and sewerage charges per family, the municipal corporation also imposed fines on those found to be violating its rules. Fines for littering were instituted. An administrative charge is now levied on all establishments that fail to adhere to public health standards. The Surat Municipal Corporation's strict implementation of penalties and incentives for new initiatives encourages both residential and commercial establishments to manage their waste at source. This lessens the burden on the local body, allowing it to focus on larger issues of waste processing. The fines and spot administrative charges which the SMC imposes for litter prevention control generate a significant part of the cost the city incurs on solid waste management. The council collects 240 rupees per residential unit and rupees 480 per commercial unit towards solid waste management. It also charges user fees for door-to-door collection.
The charges basically, we take it as a user charges, and the charges has been incorporated with the taxation, property taxation. It's collected and it comes to the kitty of SMC, part of it.
Some of the offences for which the SMC imposes fines are littering between rupees 50 and rupees 500, allowing wastewater to flow rupees 100 to rupees 500, open defecation rupees 500, nuisance by pets rupees 100, throwing garbage in rivers rupees 100, discarding construction debris rupees 1000, encroachment by hawkers on non-encroachment streets rupees 500. Every year, Surat recovers about 27 crore rupees from citizens towards solid waste management. This is only about 50% of the expenses it incurs. It is, however, a major leap towards sharing the responsibility of waste management and its generators. With its new administrative structures, the waste collection efficiency of Surat has improved from 40% in 1995 to 97% today. 400 tons of Surat's 1,400 tons of daily waste is now treated. Another 600 TPD waste-to-energy plant and a 400 TPD integrated waste treatment plant are in the pipeline. Today, Surat is hailed as the second cleanest city in India, prompting urban local bodies across India to emulate its example.